In this short video, I'll show you how I started and completed a project in just over an hour. So you see here I'm working with some oak, and I'm setting the depth because we're using 3/4. And to get 4 coasters out of it, I want to try to go for having squares if possible. So as you'll see, it's about 180 millimeters in width. I'm going to divide that by 2 to get 90. But because we have a kerf of about 2 millimeters, I need to take out 2, leaving me with 88 millimeters. I would like to say that my measurements are perfect, but they weren't. So all I'm going to do is draw a line so I can cut off the excess, and that way they line up perfectly, or nearly perfectly. I've gotten a lot better with measurements, but I still mess up. However, after trimming the excess, it looks like everything is lining up, so that's good. Now that I'm working with smaller pieces, I'm going to use my Paolini pocket rule, just over 6 inches, so much easier to manage. And I'll just strike a line so I can figure out what center is, and then I'll cut that out here shortly. The really great thing about using a track saw is all I have to do is line up the splinter guard with the lines that I just struck and just start cutting. It's that easy. Just a quick note, you'll notice that I spaced them apart and there is another piece behind it that gives more support to the rail overall. That way things are just more stabilized. Thankfully, all the pieces are finally lining up, so I got that all figured out and they're looking good. Next we have to sand them and add a little round over. Here I'm just making sure that the depth is set correctly, that way when I go over my pieces it's a nice round over. Got this Milwaukee palm router on a discount a couple months ago. It's been really fantastic. I love just taking it outside, not having to worry about dust collection or power, and just having at it. My local Woodcraft has this Festool sandpaper with a foam backing, which is really easy to use. I like the foam backing, it just conforms to my hand more easily, and there's 2 ways you can do this. You can either obviously hand sand, or as you'll see in a moment, I will be using a regular sander as well. I do find that hand sanding can be helpful in getting the roundovers a little bit better.
That's fine, Dasa.
These little grippy blocks, I got them from a place called Menards. I think they were probably only like $3 each, so really economical, and they work really well. You notice a little point there, and when I'm applying finish or I want things to dry, then it's providing that minimal contact. So I didn't show this on camera, but I did apply my homemade paste wax. It does darken the grain a little bit, but not too bad. I actually like how it just makes everything pop with it. And there you go. Those are some basic, simple coasters. I love the end grain when it comes to oak. As you can see here, very simple, but still functional. And I just made them as a gift for a friend.